All right, everybody, welcome to the live. You know, not all adventures are fishing and hunting and running up and down the beach. Sometimes, every once in a while, you run into a historic town that's still built. And this one just happens to be one of these towns. They call this the Victorian Village. So, this one and all of these down this block are all Victorian style homes. Back in the day, probably back, this was all during the gold rush, back in 18 something or other. And it just goes on and on and on. But I thought I'd take you guys for a walk. So this is the first, and then it just goes on and on and on. So that's what I wanted to do. That's the milk house. And so I guess they must have had dairy at some point. And then we're coming up on the blacksmith shop. But I mean, just what a super quaint town. What a beautiful building. So, like I said, this is the town of Ferndale, and it's in California. Oh, how cute is that? That looks like some of the fishermen I know. But what a just a super really cool place to hang out for the day. And there's Joe over there. How was the black shop, honey? Way cool? Well, then let's just go take a walk through it. So the black shop is real cool? Okay. So, this is what it looks like down the street. So, guys, we're very, very close to getting to the 500 for me to do that big giveaway too. And then these are just super cool. I don't know what they are, but they are some twisted bananas, boy. So I'm gonna head into the the blacksmith shop. So maybe I just go ahead and keep walking on down, but and then there's Forging Forever, Joe Knox. Looks like he made a pretty cool axe there. Let's see if I can get that into. Yeah, I can. So what just a super cool looking town, you guys. Let's go ahead and we'll keep on walking. But look at this guy. This has got to be the most twistedest tree I've ever seen. Well, Curtis, I'm off on an adventure, brother. So we ran across stories about this town being here, and it's an old Victorian town, and they've kept it up. So, and it looks like they're doing Robin Hood here. That ought to be fun. And then there's their old theater booth. I wouldn't mind paying for a ticket out of there anytime. That's cool.
Okay, we're gonna come over here. Oops, sorry.
That's okay, no worries.
Okay.
So it looks like they still have the old apartments up above the stores. How cool is that? So I'm working my way down. I'll bet you back in the day they were still riding horses in this town. Looks like that was probably their city hall back in the day. And then this is another just beautiful building. Golden Gate Mercantile. Yeah, I'm liking this old town. Oh, so I'm in Ferndale, California. This is right along the Eel River. Trust me, you guys know me well enough to know that there's a river right around here somewhere too. So then this is their art gallery. Pretty cool. I like the Dead Surfer. So what a cool little town, you guys. So what's everybody else been doing? You guys been out getting bent rods or what? Oh yeah, I'm liking the woodwork on this one. Oh yeah, let's go on up here. Let's try from here. This place is called Stitch. Oh, I gotta go in there. They probably have some of the things I need for my jig heads. Oh yeah, just awesome. So anyway, I'll go up to the corner with all you guys and show you this big inn back here. I'm just wondering if back in the day, if that inn wasn't, you know, one of those houses, right? Oh, everybody's watching NCAA basketball, huh? Looks like this is one of the smaller versions of those bigger trees. Ah, and here is the saloon. Cool. Doesn't have the swinging doors, but it's, you know, 2026. The Palace, they call it. So that would make sense. Pretty loud inside of there. Then the Valley Groceries. Very cool. But I'm sure that this town all revolved around that inn, right? This was most probably, yeah, everybody get a like and subscribe for me. I am taking you on an adventure. So, these buildings are just super cool. And then they have the catwalk down there. Right there's the catwalk. Okay, sorry guys, didn't mean to jog at you. Yeah, but there's the catwalk. Oh, pretty fancy restaurant there. And this is the Hotel Ivanhoe. And she's quite a bit old, but look at this one. This is pretty much what I was doing, was bringing you guys down to take a look at this right here. So I'll bet you back in the day there was a lot of gold that went through that there hotel, because you know that this was built when they had the gold rush here. Because like I said, I am on the Eel River. So after you partied on Saturday night, you probably went to that church right down there. So I really liked this Victoria Village. It was really nice, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this part of my adventure. And here's another look at it. We'll go on the other side here and give you a shot down the other side. And then I'm, of course, going to go check out the Eel River. And when I get home, guys, I have stories for you, by the way. They took one of the most oldest hatcheries here in California and closed it down. That literally could have saved their salmon just from this one hatchery. But here's a look down the street. I know, isn't it cool, Curtis? I mean, it's just not every day that you find an old town like this that's actually preserved their heritage, especially in this day and age. All right, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs up. Everybody remember to share out to your friends, please, so that we can get this up to 500. I've got a big old backpack just stuffed full of gear for you guys once we hit that 500, everybody. Okay, everybody. This is Godsend Fishing and Godsend Adventures. Over and out.